Hello and welcome to Chepicap today. My name is Will. I'll be going through some of the most talked about topics in crypto. If you want to be kept up to date with the discussion, remember to give us a like and to subscribe. So unavoidably, we have to mention the current state of the market. That's right, Bitcoin is currently 166% up year to date and citing the highest price since March 2018. Oh, and there's been a relatively small correction in the last few days. If you had told me back in January that we'd be over 10k in June, I would have probably thought, what a lovely sentiment, let's hope so. But secretly I'd be thinking, there's not a chance in hell. I leaped from 3.5k to 10,000 in the space of 6 months. Good luck with that. But that's exactly what happened. In June alone, we went from 7k to 14k in the space of a month. And of course there was going to be some pullback. For most of us it was just a matter of time. Now while the correction, dip, whatever you want to call it, was fairly well expected, one thing that wasn't quite as anticipated was a major drop in the amount of shorts. Shortly after last weekend's dip from 12.3k to 10.9, something strange happened to the amount of shorts registered on Bitfinex. 67% completely vanished in the space of 5 minutes. Now this would be fairly understandable if Bitcoin was on the rise, but this obviously wasn't the case. Moreover, due to the timing of the decline, we can assume that this was a lone investor pulling their position, a position that amounted to approximately $220 million worth of Bitcoin. Typically a close like this would initiate some price action, likely resulting in a pump due to the investor being forced to market buy the loss of the position, but not this time, and that's because the whale probably covered the loss themselves, claiming the position with BTC that was already squirreled away. Whether the closure was a mistake, or whether the whale simply wanted to cover their losses in anticipation of a rise is unclear. So why then did Bitcoin continue to drop? Well, historically, when long and short positions are out of equilibrium, the market starts to collapse. According to Lawrence Pepler, Chepicap's own technical analysis wizard, since we are now trending down, the higher number of longs equate to more people betting against the trend. If the downward trend prevails, further liquidations are possible, causing price to plummet further as investors are forced to sell. Bitcoin witnessed a similar event back in May, when shorts plummeted around 40%, and Bitcoin similarly followed with a decline of 26%. But while Bitcoin is falling, alts seem to be holding their own for the first time in, well, since last alt season. Something which Scott Melker pointed out yesterday, stating that it could be indicative of money staying within the market, rather than flooding into fiat. Melker, a well-known music producer and crypto trader, stated that during Bitcoin's decline below 10k yesterday, the vast majority of alts gained positively versus BTC, stating that only 14 BTC pairs were in the red during the dump. This is an interesting distinction to make, as many of us base our returns on USD. That's fine if you're looking at the short term and want to increase your fiat position, but for those playing the long game and trying to increase their satoshis, looking at altcoins in their BTC value offers a lot more insight. For the top 4 altcoins, ETH, XRP, Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash, the last few days have been fairly stable, and in most cases those top 4 have been increasing in BTC value. So while Bitcoin may be dropping, alts are looking relatively stable, and once again people are calling for a full-blown alt season, and seemingly all the signals are flashing. A decline in BTC value, with Bitcoin looking as though it's beginning to move sideways, and at the same time a relatively non-volatile reaction from alts. The only ingredient left is Bitcoin dominance, which would need to rapidly decline if alt season is to be witnessed. Right now Bitcoin is at around 60% market dominance and is clearly still leading the pack. The last time alt season was in full swing, Bitcoin dominance was at 33%, with the alt market fully dominating Bitcoin. This was preceded by a 35% drop in Bitcoin dominance, which lasted just over a month, dropping from 59% on the 4th of December 2017 to 33% on the 8th of January 2018, and causing a major increase in the price of alt in between that time. So all there is left to hope for is a decline in Bitcoin dominance, and we'll finally see the alt season we all want and deserve. For the time being, this latest Bitcoin dip is probably not anything to be particularly worried about. We're still very much within a bull market, and troughs along with the major peaks are expected on the way. It's just how you use and perceive them that defines the future of your portfolio. But as always, we'd love to hear your take on the topics discussed. Do you base your gains on USD or BTC? Are you worried about Bitcoin, or are you using the dip to buy more? So leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, and we will see you next time.